Hello and welcome to a Japan exclusive episode of the Cowboy4Game Yu-Gi-Oh podcast, not featuring Jake because he didn't come. I'm gonna have a picture of Jake will have come up there, and if I could find a good one, hopefully it'll look good. But I'm your host today, Ben, and today I am joined by Tom.
Hello.
And Bragg.
Hello.
So I guess none of us have played Yu-Gi-Oh this week, so tell us about your holiday in Japan so far, Bragg.
I mean, I played Yu-Gi-Oh to the point of opening Master Duel to buy my packs.
Oh yeah,
but,
I forgot that
me
and Tom hard grinded Master Duel. But anyway, tell us about your trip. How's your trip been?
It's full Pokemon all the time, and I'm pretty burnt out now, so I'm kind of glad to be back here talking Yu-Gi-Oh, even going and looking at the Rush Duel stuff, getting back to something different was kind of nice. Pokemon Worlds, great atmosphere. The second day of Worlds was like, that did improve it. Like, I was ready to come in and go, Pokemon's nailed Yu-Gi-Oh, but all in all, and also their side events completely sucked. You couldn't get into them.
Really?
They switched to online registration, and I don't know what was going on, but no one could get in. Like, you can go, your table, you're going to be tournament 250. We're currently on tournament 72. What gives?
Yeah, good. Awesome.
I think they found a couple ways around it, but by then I'd given up and I was grinding for Shiny Farfetch'd. So,
that didn't go great for you, did it?
No. So many checks. Weird thing, though, is Mew won their Worlds, and that has been a popular deck and a popular...
I was going to say, because I don't know, I was going to ask what one Pokemon was.
Mew VMAX won Pokemon Worlds.
Azul?
Oh, God. Oh. No. It was, was it a Japanese player? Yeah, and then they beat the Europe. Yeah, it was Japan versus Europe, I'm pretty sure, in the finals.
Damn, I can't say I lost round one OCIC to the world's winner.
And it's just kind of funny that, that deck's prominent, and just without side decks, you can't really take it down. And you've got to commit main deck space to taking a deck down. And I don't think a lot of TCG players really got their head around it. So if I do approach the TCG, I'm going to start thinking about, what decks can you have and you should keep in your decks, because I think a lot of them would have gone, we're going to cut Drapion going in because I'm not expecting to see it, and then lo and behold, it wins.
Yeah, like, why would you not expect to see Mew? Mew's like the most...
Lost Box looked real good going into this.
Yeah, but it's also like the most budget deck that's good, that's possible in that game, is it not? Yeah, you can just buy 3 of those Mew starter decks. You got to spend $20 more on singles. Done.
Yeah. So like one of the cheapest, easy, successful decks won Worlds, and probably on the back of some people underestimating it, which they shouldn't have.
Like, you literally just have to play one card, and it auto wins your matchup.
Yeah.
Close to auto wins your matchup.
Yeah. Or 2 copies of that one card.
Yeah.
Look, it's interesting seeing their approach to the metagame and stuff. I'm sure there's stuff I'm missing. I am probably simplifying it. But at the same time, I'm a bit skeptical on some people's approach to their game, which I've got from Yu-Gi-Oh! Of just, it's full batshit all the time. You've got to think of how it's developing, while they're just... Yeah, I don't know. It was weird.
I play my 4 Lugia. I play my 3 Lugia V-Star or VMAX, or whatever one it is. G-Star, GX Mega. And then I just put the rest of the cards in my deck, and hopefully that works.
They're so worried about bricking in their game when they have Ultra Ball, which is discard any 2 cards to search for a Pokemon.
Oh, and discard your hand draw.
Who cares?
Then you can also.
Who cares about bricks? Who cares? Like, this card sucks in this matchup. I'm running.
Discard it.
Yeah, I've got so many discard engines in this format. Like,
hey, Bragg, but they'll still play Battle VIP Pass, and if they don't draw turn 1.
Yeah, that's it, right? It's like, if you have room for VIP Pass, you have room for 5 cards slots to counter the main meta decks.
Yeah. But no, here we are.
Yeah. And shout out to VGC being hack checked.
Yes. This Pokemon company decided to check for hackers at this event, and DQ'd a bunch of VGC players, which is very funny. Very, very funny.
Does it come often if you walked into a Konami event with counterfeit cards?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, and I know there's different approaches for some people.
Or if you walked into Master Duel with a broad account.
There's... that's probably the closest. But there's... Master... Yeah. I'd say Duel Links. Walking the Duel Links with a broad account, because that one is much more of a pay-to-win mentality and a lot more of a grind.
Yeah.
That's comparable to VGC. So yeah, let's say it's Duel Links with a broad account. Well, I'm fairly sure they just give you.
And
every
then,
rewards.
well, then they started to they acted indignant, but it's like, come on, if you have fakes, you're running that risk.
I bought my Pokemon from a reputable seller. I'm sorry.
traded.
You still bought your Pokemon.
I traded a friend. He said they were legal. I swear.
Yeah, my perfect IV egg bred shiny Dragonite.
On
my
the
friend
last
gave me.
Pokemon, no. I mean, I could wait till a Pokemon podcast with Blake. That probably won't happen. But saying I didn't play Arceus, I shouldn't be punished. Like, so the Legends of Arceus, you should play it. It was a great Pokemon game from January.
Yeah.
Go back and get it. If they're sitting here in this format going, I love Pokemon, and not playing Legends of Arceus, screw you. You deserve to not win Worlds.
No, I didn't want to play it because it just wasn't in the true spirit of Pokemon.
Yeah.
That game's long, man. Like I
Did you
still
finish
haven't
it?
caught the Landorus. Now I'm like 3/4 of the way through, and I just
Oh no,
stopped.
I mean just the main game. There's no way you can 100. I haven't caught Arceus yet because I can't be fucked.
No, I was more getting it like the guy who got DQ'd was
Oh.
like, yeah, no, that's.
I thought he was dunking on
No.
Arceus. I'm like, ready to
He
fight.
had the same reasoning of like, I just didn't have time to get the Landorus. It's okay, buddy.
Just get it from Pogo.
The other guy was like, I forgot my copy of Sword, so I couldn't get no Shifu.
Like, I was sitting in here with my Yu-Gi-Oh deck and my Pokemon deck, ready for if a Locals comes up or whatever. You can bring a copy of Sword and Shield.
Yes.
But
It's a cartridge about this small.
you said Duel Links, and a paid Duel Links account would be the way to go.
Yeah.
I am now concerned about Duel Links Rush Duels because that's going to be gacha as hell.
Oh yeah.
I have a gacha addiction, so I will be fine.
I will not be playing it.
Really?
I just bought. We've got real.
Yeah, we'll play real Rush Duels now.
Yeah, like we just all have real Rush Duels decks.
How about your week?
We'll go to Tom. We'll go to Tom first.
So I basically did the same week as Ben with just a minor, I guess, detailed difference of I went to Pokemon on Saturday.
Yes. So Tom also went to Pokemon Worlds.
Pokemon Worlds was great. I caught up with a bunch of people that I haven't seen in a while. The store was amazing. Apparently it was
Amazing when you got there.
Yeah.
Because we didn't mention the fact that there was an 8-hour wait to get into the Pokemon store on the first day.
Because you had to get your badges.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, for the people that can... I won the lottery and was able to get in at 1 o'clock on Wednesday.
right in.
Yeah, it was... that was like a pretty good experience, but on that waiting thing, so they, at one point, stopped controlling the crowd, and there's one point where I'm like, if people went insane here, this could be a bit of crowd crush, and I don't normally get myself in this situation, and I am feeling very uncomfortable. Whoever came in with Blake and Lewis and I, he shot through. He was like, nah, out of here, gave his bag to someone and walked left. I'm like, that's weird. And then just more and more people came in. I'm like, yeah, this is getting bad. So I went back to the entrance and went, I'm waiting here for an hour. Like, I'll just figure out a way. And they got the line together eventually. But yeah, so how long did you have to wait?
About a minute.
Oh, sick.
And then when we got in about 10:30, 11ish on the Saturday, it was pretty chill. Nothing really went on. There wasn't any crushing. They were actually taking the wristbands this time instead of just if you don't have it on your wrist,
Yeah.
Because I knew for a fact that there were a couple people that had really slender wrists that were just going yoink.
To set a wide band and out we come.
Yeah, and they would just go to the store, buy the one per person stuff over and over and over again.
Yeah, I was seeing a few of those deck boxes that are retailing quite high.
Because there were a couple of people online that I've seen have had like 7, 8, 9, 10 of them for sale, and I'm like, how do you have so many when they're one per person?
Yeah.
Worlds was cool, the atmosphere was cool, the setup was cool.
Unite was fun.
Yeah, bro, the Unite crowd was sick.
Was
Like,
it just
they were just popping off.
Yeah. I really should get into watching it more. Just as I'm too stupid to get my head around it.
every time I go back to play that game, I just get paired with bots, and I'm like, I'm out.
Yeah.
This game's too easy when you're paired against bots.
Yeah.
Apart from that, me and Ben also went to Yokohama on the Friday.
Yep.
We did a bit of shopping.
Yep.
He bought a Game Boy.
Yeah, I bought a Game Boy. Yeah, we did they ended up being huge.
Oh,
so,
and we almost didn't make it home.
Yeah, we almost didn't make it home. But we went to, we almost didn't make it home. We almost missed the last train.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Jeez, that takes a lot here.
So we got very lost at Yokohama Station.
Yeah, I can see
because
that.
we needed to get to Shin Yokohama, and it was like, take the blue line.
Yeah.
The blue line isn't in Yokohama Station.
No,
it's in a station 2 minutes down the road.
Yeah, that's where we're at.
And there's no signs in Yokohama Station to say blue line is this way. So we were in there like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
With our
And
phones
then
dying.
I'm like, so my Suica card's on my phone, but I had my JR Pass, and my JR Pass wasn't being accepted at Yokohama Station.
But
It got accepted literally everywhere else except the entry gate at Yokohama Station.
that's weird
The
because
second
it's a
time,
JR.
It worked the morning,
Yeah.
it didn't work in the afternoon.
Hmm.
So I was in full freakout mode at this point.
Yep.
But we ended up making it through fine. Eventually, we just went to the green line, which is how we normally run, despite the fact that my phone said there wasn't going to be another green train. We just waited there, and a green train showed up, and we're like, cool,
Whoop, whoop.
let's just hop on this, and we got through. Yeah, that was that part of the trip. How have you been going on Master Duel?
It's been interesting. So I don't actually have my Steam account on me, and I can't log into it, unfortunately, due to my authenticator being on my other phone in Australia.
Yes.
So I've had to start afresh.
Sword and Shield moment.
Yeah.
I haven't spent any money, and I've got Cash Tira built.
How's your
With
Cash
hand
Tira garbage adventure been going?
It's been fun.
Yes.
It's been very bricky.
We'll talk more about what Cash Tira is going to be in the news section. Kind of so shit.
Yeah. Like, I haven't even pulled them yet either. Like,
I pulled a lot of everything around them, and I just had to dust.
yeah,
I didn't pull a single Fenrir or Unicorn.
yeah, either.
Right.
And I'm going to have to dust, but...
I guess we'll get into my week in Yu-Gi-Oh! So I played a lot of Master Duel whilst here, just generally in and around town. While I was like on the train, I was like, Master Duel time. While I was back here, I was Master Duel time. While we stopped for something, I was like, Master Duel time. It was breakfast. We stopped for breakfast. Yeah. I ordered first, so when I finished eating my food, I was like, time to play Master Duel. 50 packs, I got all of Cash Tira. So, yeah, I was pretty lucky. I didn't have to use any of my gems to craft anything. I was just, in and out. Well, apart from the rank 7s that I'd already pre-crafted.
Yeah.
So I just, bought 50 packs, got everything I needed.
Oh, I didn't think of that. Is Big Eye Ultra?
Big Eyes are super. I think most of the extra is super.
Yeah, sweet.
So you good on that front. I guess on a outside trip focus, we went to Yokohama on Friday this week. Bought an old Game Boy. Picked
Went
up
to the Gundam factory.
I was going to get to that.
Spoilers.
Picked up all of the Pokemon games that we needed. Although I think I mentioned that last week because I pre-picked up the Pokemon games expecting to get a Game Boy. Got my Game Boy. Refused to pay more than... I refused to pay Akihabara prices. Akihabara prices now are fucked. Basically now that all the tourists are here, the prices of everything has doubled to tripled. So if you hop on a train and head about an hour one way or an hour another way, you can find the stuff for the prices that they used to be. So I was quite happy on that front. Then we went to Gundam Base. So we each bought the big ass Gundam.
Yep.
We went and saw the big Gundam as it turned on, and we got there like perfect times.
Yeah.
So that whole day was a huge day where we went down lunchtime, met up with Blake and Lewis as they got into town. Went out to the hobby off that was like half hour west of Yokohama. Come back to Yokohama, had lunch, then went to Pokemon Worlds. Saw the line was huge, and I immediately noped out. And then Tom, after I went to the bathroom, was like, I'm also noping out. Let's go to the Gundam. Went to the Gundam right at sunset. Couldn't have chosen a better time to go. So when it did its big startup was when the sun had just set.
Yay.
So we got to watch the whole shebang light show. And then we went for just a nice little walk back down as we went up the harbour because Tom was meeting up with someone to buy the Pokemon Worlds bag.
Who he thought Ben was me.
Yeah, he thought... Because I'm in Tom's profile picture on Facebook. So he thought I was Tom Holland. And I was like, no, it's this man. I am not that man.
Yeah.
That was fun. The walk up the beach, or the walk up the coastline was really nice.
Yeah, I really like it there, yeah.
We also found like a pop-up Pokemon celebration.
Oh,
So
yep.
There was like a pop-up
With the giant
store.
inflatable Pikachu.
There was a giant inflatable
yep.
Pikachu, a bunch of inflatable Mons. They had like the buses that were fully painted in Pokemon. And they had a giant LED Pokeball that
Yep.
like every 30 seconds changed to a different Pokeball.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it was pretty sick. And then like when we got up, met up with the guy with the bag, and then turned around, you could see it, and then it started rotating, which was pretty cool.
And the Ferris wheel had Pikachu on it.
Yeah, there's a big Ferris wheel.
Yeah.
Had, like, lights changing on it constantly. It's like Pikachu's and so on.
Some of those animations are pretty funny as well. They've put a lot of thought into it.
They have.
Yeah, I don't think we're ever going to see that type of stuff again. London wasn't like that. I doubt Honolulu will be.
Oh, Honolulu's not going to be like that at all.
Yeah, it was good to see. It was good to see this.
Honolulu's going to be expensive, and it's going to be probably not the best, because there's not that much in Honolulu.
No.
There's a beach, yes. There's like...
Beach and bar.
I mean, but even the bar's expensive.
Yes.
You can't make a 2 to 3 week trip out of Pokemon World Honolulu.
There's no 300 yen whiskies over there.
No, not at all. We're going to go to a 250 yen whiskey place after this. So that's, I guess, the story of my week in Yu-Gi-Oh! Then we Master Duel, grinded the hell out of Master Duel, built cash, got to, I think I'm in Diamond at the moment. I finished the Battle Pass though, so I don't really have any incentive to keep playing, because cash kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Which will bring us to the news. So, Cash Tira released.
Or
Not
did it?
all of Cash Tira released. Rather interestingly, they picked and chose what they kept out. It looked as though they kept out just the new, like the second wave of Cash Tira cards.
Yeah.
No. They put Rise Heart in, but not a Rise Heart.
Yep.
So they literally left out a Rise Heart,
And
Theosis, the Field Spell, and Big Bang, and the other 7s, so like the Scareclaw and the Two Elements. So they got half, most of like that whole first wave, plus a little bit more on top, and then the whole second wave.
I tell you what, Rise Heart probably should have been an earlier set in the TCG, to be honest. It kind of made sense thematically, and then you get the extra stuff later.
Yeah, but no.
Yeah, I guess they had Rhino there, but what do you do?
Here we are. So they decided to piece it out, despite the fact that they gave Terelements all of their support, plus the fairy support early.
Yeah.
They were like, here's everything. Also, by the way, we already gave you those fairies, so off you go.
The crap Dark Sky Striker's in there too.
Yep, they also gave them that really
and Chaos Angel.
really early. Yeah, and Chaos Angel got printed really early. So, was quite surprised. Also, I didn't mention, we went to the G1 today, and Naito won, so I was happy.
Yeah.
My shirt. The guy next to me cried when Naito won. I was like, you know what? That's not surprising. I also went to the baseball. That was cool. But yeah, continue.
Literally cool. What was the temperature in the dome?
Quite nice.
So good.
It's fine.
Cause that's what I was concerned about. There was no Tokyo Dome games I could go to.
Tokyo Dome's fully airconned.
Yeah. So,
I
couldn't have made it work. But knowing that, I'm like, probably should have found a way to make it work. But no.
Of course, I had the only Americans I had seen in the entire venue were next to me. And I was like they were nice guys, but chairs in Tokyo Dome aren't the widest. They're designed for Japanese people.
Yep.
And the guy next to me was quite. I think they were soldiers, so he was quite well built.
Yeah.
And I was just the whole time.
Nice
guys,
it was packed as well, yeah?
Yeah, it was a sold out crowd.
God.
Yeah, it was Tokyo versus Yokohama, so.
Yeah, it's.
Packed out crowd.
I love it.
If you ever come to Japan, even if you don't like baseball, but you have some interest in sports, go. It was great. They the whole crowd sung the entire time.
Yeah.
It was fantastic. They had songs for every single player.
I love it where it's just this plays out. All right, here we go. We got this. I'm like,
Sakamoto at the bottom of the 8th hit a 2-run home run and won the game. And it was because I was singing the Sakamoto song.
Yeah, that's it.
It was his 4th at bat, and I had learnt the song by that point.
Ultra athletes, more when.
Yes, when's that UA support?
Yeah.
But yeah, continuing on, Master Duel, that pack. Look, I'm still pretty salty at how well they treat Terelements in that game. So the fact that the one deck that I enjoyed playing through that format / time just isn't there at once. I'm a little on the annoyed side of that.
What's annoying is when T gets hit in the next 2 weeks. If it gets hit, there's gonna be another. There'll be another chip at Cash as well. They're gonna be hit in sync.
They'll be like, oh yeah, we limited Havness, but also we're bringing out Rise Heart at 1 and Field Spell at 1.
And Gem Birth is going to
Oh wait, does the new pack come out in 2 weeks?
No, it's 10th of next month, but
yeah, we've got a
probably what
list.
they're gonna do.
There's a list between now and then. Then
There'll
whatever
be a
they
ban list.
then whatever they do with the next pack as well. Yeah, it's kind of disappointing to see that. It's like, oh, well, if you're going to release this much of it, you could have just gone insane and left Fenrir at 3. That also would have made him a lot more money. So, kind of weird.
Well, I guess the logic is that they only ban SRs.
Yeah.
So they have to pre-ban URs.
Yeah.
Because they have to give you a refund if they ban what you've crafted.
True.
So, yeah, they pre-ban URs and then only ban SRs.
Yeah.
It's the Konami way. Don't let you get the refund. But yeah, outside of that news, we have the new pack support for, the new support got announced for Fire Kings. So the last of the Fire King cards. I'm still not 100% sure on whether or not we covered this on last week's podcast, but going to cover it anyway. I think this is the last of the cards in the structure.
Yeah, actually, yep.
So we got the new one of the Fire King Avatar, which was like the main one that you played
Avatar,
back in the day.
because all the avatars are the supporter ones, but this is a completely new avatar.
Oh, it's a new one?
Yeah,
It just looks very similar to the old one.
Yeah, it's not Baronix, is it?
Fire Kings from like way back in the day?
Yeah, they got a new structure there.
Oh, hell yeah.
And so they've got another new avatar, because they got a retrain of one of the old avatars from the previous wave we've definitely talked about. But, yeah, so this is a completely new one.
This one's actually quite interesting. Like, it's a free special from hand if one's popped. Then it also negates the activation and destroys another fire monster on the field on a spell or trap card or effect. So,
which, like, I'm not entirely sure. Like, the timing of the negate's weird, isn't it?
yeah, it's a when.
Yeah.
It's a when you can.
Yeah, so it's definitely going to be weird, but also just the fact that giving Fire Kings a negate is... that can summon from hand is like, hey, thank God.
Like, I think it has to be Chainlink 2 negation for it to trigger your Fire King cards.
Yeah.
So you can't like go if it's chain 1, chain 2 and you negate chain 2, you can't then trigger your Fire Kings on the new chain, I believe. I think that's the way that this is going to work timing wise.
And yeah, it was like, it's definitely something that they needed. Nothing really jumped out at me about that deck. Out of all the archetypes that I've read this week, I was like, I really like Fire Kings on debut.
Fire Kings was sick.
I like Fire King Cosmo. Fire King Cosmo was fun.
Yeah.
And like these cards with, like, they're designed to intentionally play around mixing it with stuff like Cosmo because they're all like, give a fire or destroy a fire. But they gave it that restriction, but it's still cute.
Yeah, I mean, this is something that they would need, but it doesn't jump out to me as being broken, which...
They also gave them a board wipe, so a pop monsters you control and your opponent controls equal amount.
Yep.
But it then also banishes it from grave to protect.
Yep.
And then they gave them a trap that is free special.
If you send that with... if you get a sneaky little droplets in there, can you then save your own monsters being destroyed? But then that wouldn't destroy the opponent's monsters, because your monsters would be protected.
It's destroy them.
Yep.
So it destroys simultaneously, I believe.
So
that could work.
It's stupid, though. Just play Dark Hole.
Yeah.
Rush to a moment.
And yeah, they gave them a trap, which is a free special. And then also banishes from grave. Your opponent can't activate effects. Yeah, so you banish it from grave to protect all your activations.
This will give the shitty trap card a graveyard effect is becoming way too common for every archetype.
Yeah, it's tidying effect.
Yeah.
So they just give every deck a tidying now.
Yeah.
They have to give it a normal trap card that has 2 effects and 1 from grave. The Dolce got it. Dragon Maids have it.
Pearly.
Now here we are. Pearly has it as well. But yeah.
Centurions.
We're going to get to Centurions, because that is the next bit of news that we have. Hopefully it's the next bit of news that I had queued up. It's not. Let's bring it up. Okay. And then we have, the new cards from Valiant. Well, these are going to be in our Valiant Smashers set, I believe.
When was the release for Valiant's?
That is another one of the bits of news. So I guess we'll start there.
Yeah.
We'll start at Valiant Smashers announcement for the TCG. Its paddock artwork got released, and it's going to be releasing on the 17th of November.
Oh, it's ages away. Wait, and that's really... Oh, my God.
Do we have any sets between them?
Yeah, we have main sets. This is one of the 60 card
Do we
10
have
Ultra Side
the
sets.
the rarity set between that?
Yes.
The week before,
Oh.
I believe.
Why is the deck build pack coming out in November?
They bring them forward, I think it's every weeks every year, and now it's just fallen into November. Because it was January, and then it was December, and now it's...
We're back. Prank Kids came out
in November.
Yeah, we go. I'm so used to the deck builds. Like, I've been trained for, January's deck builds now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're finally, we're back there.
We brought it back.
We're back there finally.
But yeah, this will have mementos. It will have your Centurions, as well as the glass instrument set. Which, have they announced what those are yet? The glass instruments?
I mean, the set comes out next week over here. I better hope there's floating around.
Look, we would have discussed it already, or I may have made Jake not talk about it. So, yeah, that's what's going to be included in
They're no Centurions.
17th of November is the release for it. But, yeah, we have the announcement of Centurions. So,
cool.
They do have some pretty decent art. There's, like, mechas and so on.
Mecha women.
Mechas are the big
ones.
Oh,
Sky Striker too.
It's just Sky Strikers effectively in these arts. So... You've got 2 main deck monsters, which are your level 4s, and then you've got a level 8, which is the mecha.
Yeah.
Your level 4s, I'm assuming, are going to be a normal or special summon effect. First one is on normal or special, add a Centurion card from deck to hand. Then, does it lock you? You can't special summon Primera for the rest of the turn.
Yeah, so you can't summon itself if you use the effect.
That's its own name. Okay.
Yeah.
Your level 5 or higher Centurions can't be destroyed by card effect. This card is treated as a continuous trap. Yep. Interesting. During your main phase, when this card is treated as a continuous trap, you can special summon it. Interesting. So it flips itself back and forth, and I'm assuming the spells are going to put it into the back row. Then you've got your other main deck monster, which is
she's a tuner as well.
Because it's got a synchro. So during your main phase, you can place this card you control and 1 Centurion's monster from your hand or deck into your face-up spell trap zone as a continuous trap, but you cannot special summon Centuria itself for the rest of the turn. During your main phase, while this card is treated as a continuous trap, you can special summon it and increase its level by 4, so it becomes a level 8, because the synchro is 12. So you can't go into the synchro plays immediately, because it can't special itself. So it uses its own effect to place itself and the other one in the scales.
Yeah, or you have to use another 8. If only there was another 8.
Yeah, so then there's the other 8, which is Centurion Emmet. During your opponent's turn, if this card is in your hand or graveyard, quick effect, you target Centurion you control, place it in the spell or trap zone, and then special summon this card. During your main phase, if this card is treated as a continuous trap, special summon it.
Yeah.
So they all seemingly place themselves in the back row and bring themselves forward.
That's kind of cool.
Does the synchro place them from the back row, like from grave? Because that'd be sick. If this card is special summoned, draw 1 card, then destroy 1 face-up monster your opponent controls. Your monsters with 2,000 or less can't be destroyed. During the end phase, you can place 1 non-synchro Centurion from hand or graveyard into the field spell zone. Okay, cool. Or into the back row.
Yeah.
Nice. That makes sense. So you synchro off your cards, then you put them back in the back row, bring them out for the next turn, you keep going, and you slowly will snowball. Like, this deck seems cool, but I think it looks very slow.
Yeah, so you've got to combine the field spell coming up.
Yep.
It's a discard outlet as well. So I think some builds you find a level 8 like a Horus or something to pitch.
Yep.
And then you throw that in with your sync, so you can do that sync. And then there's
so your field spell is can't be destroyed by card effects while you control a monster. During your main phase, if this card was activated this turn, you can send 1 card from your hand or hand to the graveyard, place 1 Centurion from deck.
Yeah.
And then if a monster is special summoned, you can immediately this effect resolves synchro summon.
Yeah.
Makes sense. And then the last of the spells, we do have a trap here, but I'm assuming it's going to be trap. You can place 1 Centurion monster from your hand or graveyard face-up field spell, face-up zone. If a Centurion synchro monster is special summoned to the field by this in your graveyard, banish it, target 1 monster in your graveyard, place it into the zone. Okay, so they all start to get you back the resources slowly, and you snowball.
So it's like a grindy deck?
Yeah, but there's also not a hard one to turn, and you can kind of get to a 10.
Not hard ones?
Oh, you can't special summon more than 1.
Yeah, you can't normally. Yeah,
you can't special it once you activate the effect.
Yeah. But you can, if you find other ways to spit them out.
Yeah.
Like,
I thought it was you just can't special summon them the turn you activate the effect.
Yeah.
So like even if you find another way.
Yeah, so if you forgo the plus, you can just go, what?
Okay.
So the plus gets you into the game, or you can just spit out a board. And then the trap, I forget, the trap does something in the bin. It's another one of those ones.
You better believe it. You can target, so it's a regular effect. You can target one face-up monster you're on the field, banish it, and if you do, special summon it to its owner's field during the next standby phase. Then you can banish this card from your graveyard, target a synchro, special summon it, synchro in your graveyard, special it. It loses 1500 attack. How much attack does it have? 3k?
3k, and then it puts it back down to...
It's a 3-5.
Yeah, 3/5, so it puts it to 2k, so then it protects itself, because then it has that effect.
Oh, that's cute. So it's not the others.
Yeah. So
Very interesting.
Yeah, it's a cool thing, and that's only the first 5 cards of the deck build stuff. And obviously, if it's going to be anything like Rescue Ace and Pearly...
They do have a counter trap as well. It's a spell trap on monster effect negation. Send one face-up monster card from spell trap zone to the graveyard, negate the activation, destroy the card.
Yeah.
Negates the activation, rather interesting. Konami is moving back to negating activation on everything, so that you can play around with the activations negating cards.
Fucking continuous trap. That's the counter trap thing, isn't it? Negating the activation usually? Like
Normally.
That's a hallmark.
Yeah, normally.
Yeah, I'm pretty pumped for this. Like, early days, but they look cool enough, and they're going to work with the horror stuff and whatever. I do have an affinity for 4s, 8s, and 12 of that line.
Yeah.
So that synchro line, there's always like good things in there, and then you can sneak out a bloody Baron in there too.
We need more good sneaky 9s synchros. Like there are good 9 synchros, but they all require 3 material.
Yeah.
We need just a good 2 9 synchro. Where's my 9 synchro, Konami?
Scrap Twin Dragon was always the best.
Sure. And then last bit of news, we have the announcement of the new Memento card, or the last Memento card, I guess, that's going to be coming in here. So it's pretty decent. With this card is normal special summon, discard a Memento card, then target a spell trap side your opponent controls, pop it. During the main phase, you can destroy a Memento you control, spec another one from deck. So, yeah, just a nice, simple, normal summon, ditch one, pop another one, summon from deck.
So yeah, so I mean, that's 2 alright. That's 2 alright archetypes. I wonder what the Glass Instruments...
It does discard for cost, and it does destroy... it does not destroy for cost. But it does discard for cost, so it does eat a negation. You go in neg 1, but it's okay. You have a trap card that vanishes from grave. Probably.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is the last of the bits of news.
God, November's going to be crazy for that.
I'm still going to figure out where I'm getting the Case for Rarity collection from.
Nikija's not too bad of a price.
What are they at?
I think it's 2-2. Yeah, it's big.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's pretty rough there.
Oh yeah, because they're only doing US print, right?
Yeah.
When in October are we getting Overlord again?
Age of Overlord, I believe, is October.
Yeah, like
maybe
it's
September.
Early? Yeah, okay, cool. So if that's early, then at least we can get through that.
Are we getting tins this year?
Yep.
Yeah.
Tins
oh god, we're still with the
I
tins.
Not long after we get home.
Yeah.
Because I was like, tins are normally around this
edge of
time.
frame as well.
Oh yeah.
Right on the edge.
Yeah,
that's alright.
I was like, tins are normally around this time of year, right?
Yeah. They're normally end of August, start of September. Although I think the last 2 years they've been like really delayed.
Yeah.
Like they were end of August. End of September.
Yeah, I'm wondering what the delay is going to be like if they haven't leaked some of the stuff we don't know from the Mega Packs yet.
I'm sure it'll be soon. But
if we're going to talk about leaks.
Yeah. That then does bring us to the questions part of the podcast. Of course, there is a current question section in the Discord down below. Head down there, jump over. There's some nice people in there, and
there's a general section as well. You can just
there is a general section
stuff.
where I random. That's normally where I go to post my shit.
Yeah.
So pay attention to the general, because that's the one place where I really pay attention.
That's where I go to read. There's a few cats in there where I'm like, yeah, like I like getting the lay of the land off people.
Okay. First question comes from Jesse. Would you play a card at 3 that said destroy one card on the field, hard once per turn? Just a 1 card pop.
Is it Ultimate Slayer?
No, I believe the intention is from Jake's point here. This card would be very good for Unchained.
Oh,
Because you can pop your own shit. It's a flex card that lets you pop your own cards.
Just play Dark Hole.
You can play 3 of them.
Yeah, not the legendary Dark Hole. Oh my god.
I still haven't found one of those yet, have you?
No. Did you find Dark Hole in the end?
No.
No.
No, we end up not finding it.
Well, if anyone has any Rustral Dark Holes out there.
Hit us up,
I wonder
please.
if the man in the...
No, I checked the
man in
cabinet,
the
there wasn't.
underground? The Man in the Underground with the Legendary
Yeah,
Cabinet?
Man in the Underground did.
Okay.
The Man in the Dark Hole.
I'm gonna find that Man with the Legendary Cabinet because turns out I need a Legendary for my deck.
I also need that Fire Barrier from him as well.
Ah, yeah. Well, I went back to Card Rush and they had it in stock there, so I picked it up from Card
Is
Rush.
Fire Barrier legendary?
No.
No, but it's a one on the ban list.
Oh, yeah.
That and Magical Stone Excavation is at 1.
Yeah, I pulled Excavation.
Yeah. So yeah, would you play this card? Depends on the deck that I'm in, and if I'm playing a deck that I could... Like, if I'm playing Cosmo, this card also does not target.
I'm so keen to get home and play Rush Duels. Like, yeah.
It's going to be great. We got our dual discs. It's going to be
Oh, it's a
I
dual disc.
can't get mine home.
You can get it home.
Just put it on your wrist.
Yeah, just walk in and be like, hi.
It's my watch. Let me check my life points.
I'm sorry. The flight leaves in 7,300 life points.
So does the life point counter light up? Is it?
We haven't properly opened them yet.
yeah.
So I've pulled mine out of the box. You need to put batteries in it.
Ah, yeah.
Okay, so it would have lights.
And you also need a screwdriver to do it, and we just don't have that.
Sick. I guess next question comes from 686. Who is your favorite South Park character?
Butters.
Yeah, it's Butters.
Yeah.
Worth.
It's not even close.
Wow.
Wait, who did you say?
Maybe Randy.
Oh yeah, Randy had a good point there, and then he became like the main character basically.
Yeah, he was the main character for a while.
Yeah, like there's a good where he had like random like side quests that were fine, but when the main plot started revolving around, I'm like, oh,
This
Yeah,
is kind of
fine
weird.
enough. I like Randy's good, but Butters they just put enough of him in there for.
yeah.
So random question 686. I'm assuming you've been watching the show.
We're due to watch some more South Park when we get home. God, there's so much to watch too.
But we watched the new season when it came out.
Did we?
That's over. Yeah.
I mean, even just whatever.
Oh,
Did we even get through King of Hill?
I forgot that was a Japanese toilet episode. That was fantastic. Where Randy discovers Japanese toilets.
Oh, yeah,
Very
yeah,
suitable
yeah.
now that we're here in Japan and we're around Japanese toilets constantly, even though I have one at home.
Look, those bidets come in clutch some days.
Yeah.
Gets a bit hot, gets a bit steamy over here.
Just
You appreciate it.
you get home, you wash your butthole. It's great.
Needs to be done. I mean, yeah. I never adventured in your bathroom.
My bathroom's fantastic. Got my little bidet set up on my toilet.
But I like the electric. Like, I like just the button push.
Push the button.
Yeah, just the
on the
no
wall.
think, go that,
Push the button.
that. It's just, their bathrooms are so much better than ours.
And they play music, some of them as well.
Yeah,
Or-
at Pokemon Worlds, I went to there was one in the Pokemon Go community center.
Oh, yeah.
I went in
Didn't
there
you?
before it opened, and the lady was shooing people away, and I was like, "Can I use the bathroom?" And she was like, "Oh yeah, no, come straight through." So I got a nice clean bathroom, toilet that played music. I was like, "It's fantastic."
Imagine if it was the loading screen music.
Sit down and sit to music.
Oh, towards the harbour where I was walking, they were playing the Vermilion City music for a while. I'm like, this is sick. I'm like, it's good walking music.
Oh yeah, sure.
So
Why
I've got
not the bike path music?
Well, because the bike path's all the way over there.
Okay.
I mean, I assume it's the bike path. It's a bridge across the bay. I imagine that's what it's meant to be.
No idea.
Didn't get on the SSN. They couldn't get me.
Yeah. Why didn't we hop on the SSN? Was there an SSN that took you around?
No, they didn't leave the pool. It was only you just go on and do the side stuff and.
Ah, okay.
But every day, the email come through saying no more admissions go through earlier and earlier. It was 11 o'clock this morning that it came through. I'm like, doesn't it open at 10?
Sure. Last question comes from Naya. This is directly asked for Tom, and I'm also going to change this slightly. It's
Here we go.
fuck, marry, kill, me, Bragg, or Jake.
Oh, Jesus.
I know what I want Tom to say. Kill me, Tom.
Yeah, I knew that was where you were
You know
going.
what? Kill me too, Tom. Kill me too.
And you can fucking marry
Bro,
Jake.
bro, how about we just kill everyone? Is that an option?
And on that bombshell,
Aw.
we finish today's episode of the Cowboy4Game
I wouldn't marry
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Tom.
Podcast.
At the Tokyo Dome.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You can get married at the Tokyo Dome.
5 stars.
Trust me. I'm 5 stars in the Tokyo Dome.
Yeah.
Trust me. But yeah, that will wrap us up. Like as always, jump down in the Discord below if you want to leave a comment or question. Yeah, I would normally have something prepared as a question to ask, but no. We will be back in the regular boring setting next week. I shouldn't be tired at all. We fly through the night before. But yeah, we'll be back in the regular boring location. Jake will be back to host the show. I hope I did a decent job in this.
And I will be gone.
And Tom will be gone. Tom will be gone. But yeah, that'll be it. No idea.
No idea.
Bye.
Bye.